Lips.
I know, right? I mean, I have to say, Karen Dupiche, our wonderful, one of our wonderful makeup artists, when the earthquake was happening, she put her coat on and she was like, Jesus is coming.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm leaving. We've got a solar eclipse. We've got the earthquake. She ran down the hallway.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sunny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now, you could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass does.
Welcome back to All Star Buzz. Greg Gutfeld just unleashed a savage takedown on Sunny Hostin, leaving the View scrambling. The aftermath? ABC faced instant backlash and total chaos.
I know, right? I mean, I have to say, Karen Dupiche, our wonderful, one of our wonderful makeup artists, when the earthquake was happening, she put her coat on and she was like, Jesus is coming.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm leaving. We've got a solar eclipse. We've got the earthquake. She ran down the hallway.
The rapture is here.
The rapture's here. And then also I learned that the cicadas are coming. Cicadas.
Although I love
for the first time in like
cicada.
100 years. For the first time in many, many years.
No, every 17 years this happens.
Well, that's not what I read, but maybe, you know better. All those things together would maybe lead one to believe that, either climate change exists or something is really going on.
Returning.
Earthquakes are not at the mercy of climate change. It's underground. It can't.
It happens, and the eclipse, they've known about the eclipse coming because eclipses happen, and they actually can say when these things are going.
An anchor's on-air blunder sparked a fiery debate on identity politics and history, The View's favorite topics. As Sunny Hostin ramped up her usual take on racism and privilege, Gutfeld dropped a jaw-dropping punchline.
That's not what I read. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word sun in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years. They're turning on me. So that makes Sunny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by the View's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and Whoopi became the smart ones.
Oh, so you know what? Whoopi, she thought like either the Nazis thought the Jews were a race or were in a race. I'm not sure what she thought. And I thought, this new one was Sunny, pretty dumb. And then Joey Behar in her own echo chamber. I'm going to say the dumbest people who still watch the show.
Yes.
The whole audience clapped by the
studio audience.
Yeah.
Whoopi, though.
She's funny, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I was trying to find some kind of redeeming thing to say about The View. You could see right through me.
Well, at least Joy and Whoopi were fact-checking this time around. That was surprising, a pleasant one.
Yeah, it was. We won't.
Sunny rarely checks facts, and when she does, it backfires. As she leaned in to reveal the night's biggest shock, that her own ancestors owned slaves, Gutfeld grinned. The crowd gasped. Even Joy Behar, her biggest ally, was stunned into silence.
Hostin's obsession with race gets thrown back in her face. Today's video comes to us from Sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice. Well, turns out she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners from Europe. Here's how she took the news. Roll it.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living. on the backs of others.
Fact of life. Interesting change of tune. For more, we go to our chief Sunny Hostin correspondent for a reaction.
I want to be clear, I oppose slavery. Saying that on this panel takes more courage than it should.
So is this karma or what?
Well, first, I just want to go on the record to let everyone know that I am very much against slavery. Very brave to say that on this panel. Karma, definitely. I mean, it's one thing. It's going to be so awkward on new episodes of The View when she tries to pull the race card.
Yes.
And then she's like, America is racist. And then they're like, yeah, it might be racist, but they're not like slave owner racist. like somebody that we.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna milk this till the end of time. Yeah. You're right. Anytime she says something stupid, I'm gonna go, slave owner. Kat, I just watched that. That's the second time I've watched that. She was tipped off beforehand, right? Because they had to tell her before, so she had time to regroup. They wouldn't just surprise. Do you think? No?
I don't know. I feel like
She built her brand on holding others accountable for the past, until her own history surfaced. The irony was undeniable. And just when it couldn't get worse, Gutfeld struck again with a brutal remark.
Shaming descendants of this. Will she continue to do that when she is now one of them, Dana? And it is funny. She is so wrapped up in identity, and she had no idea who she was.
for me, the most shocking thing about the conversation was how truly boring it was. They're like, well, the cicadas, they're cicadas. Okay, but it was like every 100 years. No, it's every 17 years. Do you know how many Emmys this show has? 31.
31 Emmys?
This show has 31. I mean, I'd hate to see the conversations that don't make headlines. What?
And we don't have a single
Not a
Emmy.
single
You don't
one.
Have a what does that tell you about the Emmys, Kat? Yes, thank you, Mr. Boo. Give that man a free cup of water. Charlie,
She was so deep into identity politics, she tripped over her own. The crowd's laughter went viral, turning the reparations debate on its head. Clips flooded the internet, and Twitter exploded with memes.
Like, what is the show prep? They just go, go! Is that the pre-show? Like, what was that? I didn't realize until Kat started talking that all happened on the air. Yeah. I thought it was just like a behind-the-scenes disaster.
A blooper.
Yeah, that was crazy. And we can disagree, Greg. You say
Asterisk, let me write myself that check right now. Asterisk, the irony was impossible to ignore. And the ratings? Let's just say backlash outweighed the boost. Sunny was anything but amused, and the tension on asterisk the View asterisk was undeniable.
It'd be so close.
What's the chart? Have you ever been on The View? I have many. I think when was Barbara
Walters.
Was she still on it back then?
Yeah, she was on it even after she died.
I remember I was on The View, and I don't know what man whore I was playing at the time in a movie he was promoting. And I remember I took off her shoe just as a joke, to kind of do something. And her foot, I just like, ooh, that was a mistake.
Oh my God.
Hey, it was kind of, every toe had its own, Anyway, God rest her soul.
Yes.
Well, I don't know who's dumber, to be honest.
Yeah.
When Whoopi saw her co-host stumble, she scrambled to change the topic, but the damage was done. No matter how hard Sunny tried, her past wouldn't fade. And this wasn't a one-time slip. Asterisk the View asterisk has long faced backlash for silencing dissent and attacking conservatives, but this time, the fallout was brutal. From the Carrie Underwood clash to Whoopi's Holocaust blunder and non-stop Musk bashing, the show's reputation is sinking fast.
She could have maybe done better. Okay, here's the thing. One thing, and I would have even actually not give her any, is she said, well, like, I guess that's just what, like, they did back then.
Yeah.
She should have followed that up with saying something along the lines of, and I understand that that's a departure from the way I've talked about this before. That was, like, to me, the one thing that was missing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, okay, now that you have this information, have you had any personal growth? Do you think about things differently? You have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Because when you're presented with new information, it's okay to change your mind. It's good to change your mind, but you should acknowledge that has happened.
Exactly, because if she is shaming descendants of this, will she continue to do that when she is now one of them, Dana? And it is funny. She's so wrapped up in identity, and she had no idea who she was.
Well, now we understand why she always makes Whoopi get the coffee.
Defamation lawsuits hit hard, dealing a major blow to The View's reputation. But Greg Gutfeld delivered the most brutal strike yet. As advertisers pulled out and executives scrambled for damage control, ABC rushed to contain the fallout. No sponsor wanted to be tied to a looming lawsuit.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
But you think about things that she said and how offensive they are.
Yeah.
Well, karma.
Yeah, it is karma. And that's coming from someone who's descended from the Keebler elves.
Yeah.
The scandal sent The View's sinking ratings into free fall. But the real shock? Gutfeld's roast didn't just humiliate Sunny, it hit the show where it hurt most, the wallet. As the viral clip exploded, major advertisers bailed, forcing ABC to rethink The View's future. Rumors swirled, was the show in jeopardy? Would Sunny take the fall? Whoopi was next in line. Insiders say ABC execs were furious over mounting legal costs and fleeing sponsors. Many were already cutting ties, unwilling to be dragged into the growing controversy.
You know, in her defense, everyone has ancestors that did unspeakably horrible things. It's just that not everyone's ancestors have records tied to their DNA about it. But I'm more worried for Sunny Hostin's progeny in the future that do a DNA test and find out that they were related to a cast member of The View. And they're like, oh, it all makes so much sense now why I'm so stupid and fat.
All right. Terrible.
As The View floundered, viewers flocked to Gutfeld's late-night show to watch him revel in his victory, not just in the debate, but in dominating the news cycle. So, what's next? Will ABC finally act to curb viewer outrage? Will Sunny be forced to apologize, or will her hypocrisy slide? One thing's certain, this drama is far from over.
Amazing. Oh. That's not what I read. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word sun in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years. They're turning on me. So that makes Sunny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by the View's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and Whoopi became the smart.
Advertisers are watching closely, debating whether to cut ties for good or wait out the storm. With defamation claims piling up, ABC's legal team is gearing up for a fight. If The View doesn't turn things around, it risks fading into obscurity, quietly replaced by fresher, less divisive programming. But what about Sunny Hostin? Can she recover from this public humiliation? Will ABC hold its ground, hoping the backlash fades, or will it make drastic changes to salvage its brand? In the end, will Sunny retreat, or double down despite the criticism?
Good. Let them all. You know, I'd like to see on the View.
What?
Would be like Roseanne and like Candace right out of the gate.
Oh my!
That
Roseanne. You know
Roseanne
what?
with a 9mm. Just
Roseanne is the most inspired choice.
Yes.
Because she. Oh my God, that
She'd
would
be a monster.
Yeah, she would eat them alive, or they would eat her.
Yeah.
That is true, though. You know, Kat, think about that choice. Like, would any sane person want that job at The View? Let's say you weren't working here, and they approached you, and they said, we need, like, and you're not a Trumper, but let's say they wanted, like, an opposing perspective.
Well, just any kind of opposing perspective, right? Because the concern, I mean, it's there's no argument anymore on The View, right? I don't know why you'd want, I don't know why you'd want it.
Yeah, they'd have to pay you a lot of money.
But I was going to say everybody has.
The View has survived scandals before, but this time, the fallout could be permanent. Fans are skeptical, advertisers are uneasy, and the next few weeks will decide the show's fate.
Okay? So, it's not even that. In The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sunny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Yeah, broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being attacked. So the problem is that you have to go after the racist people and be the CEO. You know what? I'm not going to allow a woman on my show or man that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people. And this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racists on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home.
Greg Gutfeld's fiery takedown has exposed The View's hypocrisy, and the cost is steep. The media landscape is shifting. Is this the beginning of the show's downfall or just another chapter in its turbulent history? Once untouchable, The View is losing its grip as power dynamics rapidly change. If you enjoyed the video, hit that **like** button. What do you think of Gutfeld's bold claims? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest buzz. See you in the next one.